John Callos. John was a good friend of mine, actually. I've known John since 2001, since coming back from UC Berkeley and training for the national team in Long Beach. John was always an amazing guy, always full of smiles. Took us out to dinners, claimed jumper, stuffed us with food all the time. For those of you who know John, that was him, just full of energy. John Callos, along with my entire family, friends, and Roadworks fitness members in Long Beach, have all played a huge part in supporting me along the way to achieve my dream of qualifying and competing at the Ironman World Championships. I also want to thank the Long Beach Aquatic Capital of America for promoting and supporting so many different sports in Long Beach. I'm a product of you guys. So it means a lot. This year has been the biggest year of my life. And it's not every day I do the Ultraman and the Ironman World Championships in a single year, the same year. And one quote that comes to mind is a quote from my father, John Nunn. Most of you guys know, Olympian and Olympic coach. He always, when things get difficult or anything's around, he always has a quote and he says, "The journey is the reward." And since I started rowing in high school in the Long Beach junior crew team, my dream was to compete at the Olympic level in rowing or to compete in the Ironman World Championships. I don't know why I came up with Ironman World Championships. I think I saw it on TV when I was a kid and I was like, that seems like a pretty big deal. And it is. I didn't make the Olympics, but my journey with the Ironman Triathlon started in 2007 when I did my first triathlon. It was a sprint in Benelli Park in Los Angeles. I almost drowned in the swim. I crashed on the bike at T2 during transition, but I didn't let that get me down. I finished that race, and then the day after I signed up for my first full Ironman in Nice, France, which at the time was one of the hardest Ironmans in the world. My dad said, "How are you going to do this?" And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "No, how? You don't know how to swim." He's like, "Remember that time you got cut on from the junior high swim team and there were no cuts?" I finished it though, I did pretty well. Fast forward over 10 years, over 100 triathlons, including 1 Ultraman, 16 Ironmans, 9 half Ironmans. I've been learning a lot more about the journey and how to enjoy it. It's funny because Kona this year was probably the worst race I've ever had due to swallowing too much salt water. It was a rough swim. The winner of the past 2 championships, he actually quit. Patrick Langer, he dropped out. A lot of the pros dropped out because of the same issue. And I ended up, after the race in the IV, or in the medical tent, I had 2 IVs. I could have done 3. That was the first time I ever had an IV. It felt pretty good. But I never had an IV before. I don't recommend going that far to get one, but yeah, so I finished, and all the experiences throughout my life are what got me to this point, more importantly through the finish line of the Kona Ironman. In the past years I froze in Norwegian waters while swimming in the fjord in 40-degree temperatures during the Norseman Extreme Triathlon, which is the hardest triathlon in the world. I've roasted in heat in Cabo San Lucas, where it was 100 degrees and 100% humidity in 2015. Almost finished the Ironman Texas after being food poisoned the night before at Olive Garden. At Olive Garden. How can they screw pasta and sell it up? I guess pretty easily. I've even crashed my bike during the Ultraman this past year, but still managed to race and finish. But through all these struggles, there's a point to all this. Through all these struggles, have come the keys to success when pulling off a year of competition that I had this year. It's been a journey. And over the past 10 years, I've created lifelong memories with athletes I've coached and competed alongside in triathlon and rowing. I've had endless topics of stories to tell and entertain members in Roadworks Fitness. Mary Barton and Jeanette and John Van Blum have attest to that. I've actually pulled John Van Blum into a few of those discussions. And my hope is to spread the message of importance of fitness with rowing to the city of Long Beach and beyond. And I guess I like the struggle and challenging my body and mind to push the limits of what's possible. I'm still learning every day, enjoying the journey, and hope to inspire others along the way. I feel very lucky and honored to receive this award as Athlete of the Year. And thank you again for this recognition. Thank you.